Oh, hard to top this. We've had some good moments, good times at Montana State, but this is awesome. This is amazing.
What are you most proud of?
I would say a couple things I'm most proud of is the fact that Coach Stark from Montana State gave me a chance to continue my running career and come back to Bozeman. A lot of people don't know this, but when I left Eureka, when I graduated, I didn't go to Bozeman. I signed with Auburn University in Alabama. And a year and a quarter later, I came back to Montana because I missed it so much. And I was pretty much done running. And I called Rob and just asked him for some advice. And he said, "You remember what I told you when you left?" He said, "You always have a place in Bozeman. You always have a chance to be a buck." Changed my life forever.
To be a kid from Eureka, Montana, now being inducted into the Big Sky Hall of Fame, like that's what goes through your mind when I say that.
A lot. And I owe a lot to the people who made it happen. And my high school coach, Dave McFadgen, who made it happen in high school to give me the opportunity to go to Montana State.
Where is she here?
And then Rob Stark and Coach Ronig, who allowed me to do some things that maybe they were a little unorthodox at the time. They disagreed with me a few times, but 12 Big Sky titles later, everybody thinks it's pretty good deal.
What stands out from all these years later from your 2 national titles?
You know, probably the fact that I love Montana so much, and I got so lucky in the fact that I had a high school coach like Dave McFadgen, and I had a college coach like Rob Stark who believed in me. And you give any young person an opportunity to recognize the fact that somebody believes in them to that degree, there was no way I could let them down. And I came close a lot of times, but I never lost a Big Sky title. And I think the most important thing to me was my senior year at Montana State. I decided to triple, which had never been done before, 15, 5, and 10 at the Big Sky Conference Championships, which were held in Bozeman. And I won all 3. That had never been done before. And then I went on to Eugene and won the Division I national title, 5,000 meters, in front of Bill Bowerman, who was still alive at the time. And they offered me a contract. I was eligible to go pro at that point. I said no.
Why'd you say no?
Because I wanted to wear a Montana State jersey when I won the U.S. National Championship. The U.S. National Championship 2 weeks later in Randall's Island, New York. That's what I'm most proud of.
So I guess first with the triple, I mean, to do that in general, but also to do that in Bozeman, I guess how special was that for you?
Unbelievable. It was, I thought I had a good chance of doing it. It wasn't easy. Terrible weather, it was a bad deal, but I needed to do it. My coach Rob Stark was a commentator commentating the meet, and it was just important to me to show my appreciation to him and to the people of Montana that had supported me through all the years of running.
And lining up in Hayward and Eugene, what do you remember about that? I know that's a very special place in track and field.
It is, and I lined up and I looked across the line and there was 20 athletes in the race, and I'd already won the Division I National Championship in the 10,000 meters the year before. So I dropped down to the 5,000 meters, and I looked at everybody and nobody looked like they really wanted to go. So I led the whole race from start to finish until the last lap, and the reason for dropping down was my ultimate goal was to win the U.S. National Championship 2 weeks later in New York.
Was that always your race strategy to kind of front run like that, or?
Not always, but I could front run. But I was blessed with the ability to have a good kick too. So, whether I front ran or not, if I was on my game, I usually could be there.
Do you pay much attention to the current MSU program? Guys like Duncan Hamilton?
Absolutely. Not only that, I mean everything about Bozeman, Montana in general. Watch him every meet he runs. I'm very excited about the kid from Bozeman, the high school kid from Bozeman too.
Oh yeah, Weston Brown, yeah.
I actually told my high school coach today. I said this might be the guy. This might be the guy and we've had a lot of good Montana athletes, but this guy really impresses me.
Have you been in contact with Duncan or anybody at all?
No.
Or just watch from afar? Yeah.
How much do you hear from the people from Eureka? How good is that connection still?
You know what? Pretty good connection. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you guys witnessed the situation that occurred a minute ago. My sister, who I haven't seen in 20 years, she recently moved back to the area, and it's so good to see her. And Eureka that's where my high school coach got this whole thing started. He is a passionate individual, a passionate man about track and field, and he made it possible. We started the cross-country program in Eureka. We didn't even have cross-country until my junior year in Eureka. And we started it, and we would load up the El Camino and go to meets, and I only competed in 2 state championships in cross-country in Eureka. But my senior year, I ran 14:37 in Helena, and if my memory serves me correctly, that still is the fastest 3-mile time ever run on a cross-country course in Montana. And he's responsible for that. I got lucky. I got lucky with the people that I came in contact in my life. And with a little hard work, we made it happen.
Did you, so starting that program, is that how you fell in love with running, or I guess when did that kind of
Oh, no, I always loved running. I mean, it might even be fairly obvious right now. I'm pretty hyperactive, and I've always loved running. I had no idea that there was such a thing as even competitive running until junior high, and I had a PE teacher, Randy Schermerhorn, who recognized that I liked to run, loved to run, and was good at running. So he encouraged me, and he said, you need to go out for track and field in junior high. And so 7th grade I did, and 4 meets, 1,600, 800, I was undefeated, and well, that's a done deal. Because I wasn't a good wrestler or a good basketball player.
Are you still based in Montana? I guess how often do you go back to
Darby, Montana.
Okay.
Darby, Montana, to Eureka, Montana, the very furthest most place on Highway 93. Darby, Montana, the southernmost place on Highway 93. Both beautiful places, great people, and I run every day.
Oh, still?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's
I ran
nice.
7 miles today.
Very nice, very nice. How often do you go out to Bozeman?
As much as I can. And my coach from Bozeman, Rob Stark, is here today.
Oh, very
And that means a lot to me. He was, if I was to describe any human being on this planet that probably has put forth the best example of what we all should be, it's him. He has MS. He has never wavered, ever, in all these years, in his positivity and everything. It's bringing me to tears. Amazing human being.
So I guess just, being here, reflecting on this stuff, seeing people you haven't seen in a while, I guess, seeing it, bringing tears to your eyes right now. I guess how cool is this right now?
Well, I heard rumor that they're going to ask me when I get up on stage some of the similar questions. I hope not, but maybe they do. I'll reiterate. This is like right up there with the top. I spent all day today. I got in yesterday. I spent all day today. It reminded me very much of spending an entire day in your motel room prior to a national championship 10,000 meter race in the evening. It meant that much. It means a ton. And it's just so amazing to see everybody. And also I'm so fortunate for the people that showed up on my behalf. I mean, it's just, I'm lucky.
And then just one more. I know we were talking about that race where you had your jaw wired.
I did.
I wonder if you could take us through that a little bit.
Well, that was the indoor season, and we were favored to maybe possibly win the title at Montana State in northern Arizona. And I made a couple errors in judgment, and unfortunately ended up with a broken jaw. And I had to go in and tell the guy who gave me a chance to come back and prove that he was right. 5 weeks from the Big Sky Championships. And he said, well, we're not going to be able to use you in the race. And I said, no. He said, give me a chance, coach. Give me a chance. So I went to the doctor, Dr. Black in Bozeman, and I said, now this is what I'm up against. I know the jaw's broke. He wired it shut. So I trained for 5 weeks, 70 miles a week, and I talked the doctor into cutting those wires the week or a couple days before we flew to northern Arizona. And all I can say is this. If you train at 5,000 feet with your jaw wired shut in the middle of winter in Bozeman, you are going to get tough. So when he cut those wires, and I went to northern Arizona, well, I won both events. Yeah, I didn't let the coach down. It was close. And it was very painful and very hard, but I'm like, I can't do this. I can't let him down. Yeah, he thought there was no way possible.